What the fuck is this? Ultimate 2023 movie ranking tier list. Oh my God. There's going to be 1,000 films on here. Oh, holy shit. I did not watch enough of these movies to rank these. I know this was really bad. Unfortunately, they got Bruce Willis to make a lot of movies after he was kind of like out of it. I'll go through as many of these as I can. I'll go fast. Infinity Pool. Okay. Maybe good. I thought it was interesting. I might give it a good. Megan. I thought it was okay. It was fun. Missing. I thought it was good. This was bad. This movie sucked. I tried on 3 different flights to watch this movie. Quadriblumium. Quipera quabum flabum. Ant-Man. Bad. Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear was good. It was fun. 80 for Brady. Awful. I saw like 10 minutes of it just to see what the fuck was going on. Disaster. Dungeons and Dragons was awesome. I gotta be honest. I didn't expect much, but for a D&D film, it was awesome. I've watched it twice and I'm like, this movie's good. It was funny. I don't know what you expect from a D&D film, but it gave me exactly what I wanted. This Saw movie was bad. Or this Scream movie was bad. I'm sorry. It just was not good. Creed was...
wow, that's for a cool...
Creed was good. It was a Rocky movie. I don't know if it was as good as the other Creeds, but it was good. It was a little contrived. Oof. John Wick was awesome. I don't know if it's perfect, but it was fucking awesome. John Wick was great. The Whale. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm going to give it a good. I'm going to give it a loving good. This is a loving good. Just because I like Brendan Fraser. It might even be as low as okay, but it's good. This was garbage. The story of this movie was insane. They didn't even have the rights to do a fucking movie about, what's his face? Bob Ross. They just made a movie with a character that looks and acts like Bob Ross without being Bob Ross. Very strange. Very strange. I haven't seen a lot of these guys. I'm gonna be so real with you. Air was good. Air was good. I liked Air. I don't know what the fuck that is. Evil Dead Rise? Fuck all y'all. It was great. Evil Dead Rise was great. I went into it being like, oh, here we go. SJW Evil Dead. Oh God, here we go. And then it delivered. It was inclusion without commentary. That's exactly how you should do that. Yuck, it was a bore? Come on, bro. You're not serious. The last 20 minutes of this movie were fucking insane. The last 20 minutes of this movie were fucking insane. And if you will sit here and tell me that the last 20 minutes of Evil Dead Rise was not insane, I do not know what moves you. I do not know what you think is insane. The last 20 minutes of this movie were fucking bongos. Nuts. Listen, did I put it in awesome? Did I put it in perfect? No. It was great. It was a fucking Evil Dead Rise movie. You know what I mean? What did you want from it? I laughed. It was Evil Dead for the rest of us, and it still felt like Evil Dead.
Wow, that's for a cool...
Could have been a little bit funnier. I get it. Could have had some Bruce Campbell in it. I get it. But dude, come on. What else do you want? The last 20 minutes were bongos. Totally bongos. Beau Is Afraid was... It was good. It so wasn't for me. It so wasn't my movie. But it was something to look at. It stuck with me for sure. For sure. Renfield was, you know what? A lot of people shit on this movie. I didn't think it was as bad as all that. I'll give it an okay. Everybody was shitting on it, and I watched it, and I was like, it was okay. I laughed a little bit, you know? What else do you want? Fuck off. Bro, I have to say, Guardians of the Galaxy was fucking great. Not perfect, Jesus Christ. Guardians of the Galaxy was better than Evil Dead Rise.
Cool.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Pokey raid has raid. Pokey raid has raid.
I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, and my thought process the entire time was like, this movie should not be good. It is derivative. It's the third fucking film with obscure characters doing nothing, whatever. But James Gunn is fucking incredible. He's so good. He's such a good director that film like really plays cool. Like the whole film plays cool. He sets up the new Guardians of the Galaxy now that he probably won't be the director anymore. He closes a chapter on his really fucking good movie. Really, like, I think I would even go as high as awesome, but it just felt kind of like a popcorn flick. It felt like a perfect popcorn flick to me. I was just impressed by Gunn the entire time. I was like, how does he take all these obscure characters and give them a moment that make you feel? He's so good. I can't wait to see what he does with DC. I can't fucking wait. Boogeyman. I watched this. It was okay. It wasn't great. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. I watched this movie twice.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I don't know if it was as good as the first Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man, people fucking love this movie. They say it's the greatest superhero movie in the world. Yada, yada, yada. I'm going to keep it a buck. I just don't like multiverse shit. I don't. I think multiverse shit gets a little cheap. And I think ultimately when you do multiverse shit, you always need a reset because everything becomes infinitive and there are no stakes and you bring back whatever character you want. And to be honest, as a comic book guy, I've already gone through my multiverse phase, right? As someone who reads comics, I've already been through this. So like, I got into multiverses when I was like a teen. And then at a certain point, I was like, all right, everything's a multiverse. Everything is Earth 320. I think Earth 646 is the one we're on or whatever. But general audience film goers are just getting into the multiverse for the first time. So they're excited. They're like, oh my God, Indian Spider-Man. Fuck yeah. Oh my God, Spider-Man in a wheelchair. Oh my God, that Spider-Man is a mech. Like, that's cool. And to be honest, I experienced that same kind of like, oh my God, yeah, hell yeah. I have a little disconnect because I don't know if Spider-Verse is like the best film ever, or if it's kind of like that Family Guy element of like, hey, that was a reference to that other thing I like. You know that other thing I like? But it's good. It's good. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. I think the third Spider-Verse film has the potential to be the best. We've set up a whole ending. We've set up a whole world. And I think the third movie could really blow me away. I think that this was a great movie, though. Don't let my criticism, like, detract from this film in any way. It was a great film and a pleasure to look at. God damn it, it's so pretty. All right. Mario movie. Mario movie. It was good. I gotta say it was good. And I think the reason I gotta say it was good is because Jack Black fucking carried the film. One thing I will say, it was doing too much. It was the same thing that I think Spider-Verse was guilty of, where it was like, hey, you know that thing, look at, here it is. But at the same time, how the fuck do you not include Yoshi? How the fuck do you make a Mario movie with fucking Donkey Kong and forget Yoshi. Criminal. Obviously for the sequel, I know, but like save Donkey Kong for the fucking sequel. All right, that's my take. It wasn't bad. I can't even read some of these. Asteroid City. Yo, Asteroid City was fucking mid. I'm sorry. I gotta call a spade on this one. Wes Anderson has been making the fucking same movie for so long. And when Nick Pollum said that this movie was bad, I was like, there's no way this movie was bad. And then I saw this movie and I was like, oh my God. Wes Anderson has gotten so contrived with his filmmaking that he has forgotten how to just tell a story. I mean that sincerely. There was so much going on to the effect of like, yeah, it's a Wes Anderson movie. The whole film was aesthetic. I don't even know if there was a good story in there. Like, it was a stage play version of the writing of a play, and the stage play is the play, and the play is the real world, and they show this by having the writing of the play on an actual stage as a stage play in black and white, but the play that's being written plays out like it's real life and is in color. Dude, Wes Anderson, you're doing too much. And by the way, what I just said is not an embellishment. That is you can check it. That is the actual structure of the film. The film is a stage play about the writing of a play that is happening in the real world. Huh? And here's the thing. I get that Wes Anderson has a performance style, but I think certain actors and actresses who kind of like bucked that trend within his films, powered his films. Like, I'll be honest, Owen and Luke Wilson in The Royal Tenenbaums kind of totally didn't get how to Wes Anderson at all. And they gave the most charismatic performance, the most engaging performance for me. I love Wes Anderson. I do. Royal Tenenbaums, Rushmore, Life Aquatic are works of art. But Wes, I can only watch the same movie so many times. He has, since Grand Budapest Hotel, they've all been the same film. Anyway, that's my take and I'm sticking to it. Pope's Exorcist. This movie was so confused. It was bad. It wasn't awful. It was so confused. It was obviously trying to set up like a universe. It was so confused. Cobweb was actually pretty good. It was okay. I don't know why that's the art for Cobweb. This has nothing to do with what happens in the film. Cobwebs is a horror movie about like a little boy talking to his, I don't know. Maybe it's a different maybe 2 Cobwebs came out this year. I don't know. I was a conscientious objector and did not watch Barbie or Oppenheimer because it was a psyop. So don't ask for my ratings on them. I didn't watch them. Insidious Red Door was garbage. This movie sucked. I love Insidious. I love that universe. And they totally missed the point. How do you take a haunted house movie and take it out of the haunted house? You missed it. All of like the weird, kitschy comedy about being a college student, terrible. Awful. Get it out of my face. You ruined your own franchise. Terrible. Flash. This movie was trash. Garbage. What did we expect? Looked like trash. Story was trash. Hated it. Ninja Turtles. Dude, you know what? Fuck all you guys. Ninja Turtles was fucking great. It was a kid's movie and I enjoyed it. I liked it. And I thought it looked good too. I think the one thing that you guys are all forgetting is this was straight up a children's movie. Like, I think why some of you are like mid is because this movie was for 12-year-olds. And you're forgetting that you're a grown-ass adult going to a movie that is intended for audiences 10 and under. As a kid's movie, this succeeded huge. I liked the younger take on the Turtles. The one thing I will say about the Ninja Turtles movie that I cannot forgive is they got the voices of two characters wrong. I don't know what happened, but they flipped the voices of Donatello and Michelangelo. I don't know why this happened. They got these voices wrong. Straight up.
Pizza and I tried to talk him out of it.
You ratted us out.
That is not his voice.
Don't use that word that way.
I mean, it's 2023.
Sorry, Dad.
Now listen to Donnie.
Our dad is definitely not a giant rat.
That's Michelangelo's voice.
Giant rat.
They like, and it's funny because
That makes me
Donnie
feel like a
acts
rat.
like Michelangelo and Michelangelo acts like Donnie. I don't know if at like one point during the casting, they like bungled this or they just decided that they were going to flip the characters. But the entire time I was like, bro, what is happening here? Anyway, that was my one major criticism. I thought it was a good children's movie. I don't know. Last Voyage of the Demeter. This movie was bad. This was another installment in the Monsters universe that is Dracula and the fucking Mummy and Frankenstein. This movie had a gigantic budget and just didn't understand what it was. The setup was really interesting. And then the complete failure to deliver was baffling. It had all the elements that it needed to succeed, and then it just kind of really failed to deliver. Theater Camp. Theater Camp was great. You know what? I think Theater Camp was awesome. Theater Camp made me cackle. I would probably put it in the great category right below Guardians of the Galaxy, now that I'm looking at Guardians of the Galaxy. It was really good. For those of you who didn't get this movie, it's for theater kids. It is a theater kid movie. If you did not get this humor in this film, you probably never did a play. I don't know what to say to you. I think Jimmy Tatro in this movie fucking cracked me up. It was just the gay witches doing a seance. Everything about this movie was funny to a theater kid. And I think it was a small budget movie that had a really targeted audience. And I enjoyed it a lot. Saw. The new Saw installment. It was okay. This movie was baffling to me because it honestly felt like they ran out of money and time in the last like 30 minutes of the movie. Like the first hour is like, oh, hell yeah, I get it. And then the last 30 minutes literally felt like they're like, all right, come on, let's wrap this fucking thing up. Let's just yeah, whatever, wrap it up. Like almost like they like were filming as they were running out of money. I was baffled. Like the opening kills in the movie are so fucking insane and intense. And like the last kill is like, I don't know, maybe he's like hanging out a window and there's like gas. I don't know. Just film it. We'll fix it in post. It was so strange. It was like Jigsaw himself ran out of ideas. Like the first kills, he's like,
your life has been marked by your inadequacy. You take your problems out on others and take a pound of flesh, but will you take a pound of flesh to save your own life? In front of you is a scalpel. Inside your arm is a key. Fernando, you must make your choice. Live or die. Make your choice.
Like, that's the first one, right? You're like, oh, hell yeah. Okay. Okay. And then the last one was like,
Janet, you're a real bitch, and people think that you suck, and I think that you should punch yourself in the pussy with a taser. Yeah, punch yourself in the pussy with a taser, and that electricity will open up a binding on your shock collar?
I don't know. It's so interesting because this Saw movie is the only Saw movie where Jigsaw is like on location the entire time, and he's like not in his workshop, and he's like in South America, and it truly feels like he was like, oh shit, I don't have my tools. If I was back in my fucking house of horrors, this would be way better. But I don't know. There's gas. The gas is gonna kill you. But yeah, it was okay. It wasn't bad like some of the Saw movies have been. Killer was great. Fuck all y'all. I liked Killer. Killer was an interesting analysis on being alone and feeling unsafe through the eyes of a fucking serial killing madman killer for hire. Enjoyed it. I've already talked about that film at length, so I'm not going to say too much more. Okay, I want to talk about Pet Sematary because I got to keep it a buck. I was an hour into Pet Sematary and I was like, damn, this show is sick. Oh, I can't wait for a season of this. And Caroline was like, it's not a show. And I was like, what? This is a movie? And then it ended 20 minutes later, and I was like, what? If this was a show, it would have gone so hard. It would have gone so fucking hard. It was not a show. It was okay. Totally Killer. I thought Totally Killer was, I thought it was good okay. Not bad okay. It tried to do something new. I would almost give that low good. I would almost give that higher than this. I enjoyed it. They tried to do something different. I'll take that. Okay. The Passenger. I actually loved this movie. I thought it was great. It's not going to be a movie for everybody. People are going to disagree with me. They're going to be like, I hated this movie. I didn't get it. I didn't understand the point. I thought it was just so tense and so interesting. And I really like that the killer in this movie doesn't have a point. I think that's a bold decision. And a lot of you are going to be like, what? I liked that the killer didn't have some fucking manifesto in the end about every killer in movies like this try to be Tyler Durden. You're not your khakis. You're not your bank account. And this guy was just like, my life fucking sucks. Look at how much my fucking life sucks. I am going to try and show you that your life doesn't have to suck. You don't have to have a shitty life like I do. And I'm going to show you that by taking you down to the very bottom. It was interesting. Okay, now I'm going to fuck all y'all up. When Evil Lurks is on my awesome films of the year. I have not talked about this movie yet. When Evil Lurks fucking ripped, dude. It was a Spanish film, Argentinian film. Sorry, it was an Argentinian film, and it was fucking rad, bro. It was, okay, so imagine this film. Let me give you a pitch for what this film is. This film is like if the zombie apocalypse was happening or had already happened, but the zombie apocalypse was possession. Imagine the entire world has had to adjust because now there are these really intense series of like people becoming possessed, and like arc demons walk the planet, and there are these exorcists that fight these possessions, but they don't do it in like a Constantine way. They do it in like a, you are thrown into the world. They're not going to give you any like,
In the year 2030.
they literally are just, you're just thrown into this world. These two ranch hands are dealing with a possessed person, and he is not like Linda Blair, like, let Jesus fuck me. He is like fucked up, dude. He is fucked up. And this entire movie is fucking weird, and I loved it. Yeah, I think those are the movies that I've watched from this list. I'll probably watch more before everything is all said and done, but it's pretty comprehensive.